Hello, Mr. Gerlach. Can you explain a bit about your company?
Well, I'm president of iClubCentral Incorporated. We are a provider of tools and research for investment clubs and individual investors. We make a suite of software for investment club accounting, as well as stock analysis and portfolio management, stock screening, and such like. We also produce two newsletters. One is called the Investor Advisory Service, which has been published since 1973, and it's one of the top-ranked and top performing newsletters in the country when it comes to long-term performance. We produce stock research as part of the newsletter, and we have a 10, 15, 20-year track record of outperforming the broader market averages. We've been on the Hobart newsletter honor roll for the last 9 years in a row, so we're very proud of that product. We have a lot of subscribers who are interested in being independent investors and look to us for stock research. We have another newsletter that we produce called the Smallcap Informer. This is a newsletter that focuses on smaller companies, again with a view towards long-term performance, looking for growth opportunities at reasonable prices in the small cap segment. And that newsletter has been published since 2012, and so we again have been outperforming the small cap indexes with that newsletter, so we're pleased with its performance.
Can you explain a bit more about your outperformances?
The Investor Advisory Service newsletters, as I mentioned, over the last 10, 15, and 20 years, we beat the Wilshire 5000 and the S&P 500. In the short term, we tend to be a little less outperforming the market, but over the long term, which is our strategy of outperforming the market over the long term, we have a 5 to 10 year horizon, then the performance really comes to light, and we see that the stocks that we're selecting are performing better than the rest of the market.
How many stocks are in your portfolios?
Well, we don't manage portfolios or offer portfolios, but in the Investor Advisory Service, we're currently covering about 85 companies. Every month we recommend 3 companies in the newsletter and rely on investors to choose which equities best fit their portfolio objectives, the needs of their portfolio. And then we track all of those companies until we discontinue them, recommend them for sale. In our small cap newsletter, we have about 50 companies that we follow currently.
What are your most important criteria for selecting a stock?
Our focus is really growth at a reasonable price. We're looking for long-term growth of earnings and revenues. We want to see evidence of that the company has a management team that can propel earnings and revenues over the next 5 to 10 years. And then when we find those growing businesses, we look at the quality aspects, because we really want to find businesses that are going to stand the test of time and perform well. And then finally, we like a bargain. So we look for stocks that are selling at reasonable valuations, based on history, based on what we expect their results to be in the future, based on their industry averages, the current market conditions. So we use that approach for both of our newsletters, really looking for long-term opportunities focused on the growth of the underlying businesses.
Thanks for the interview.
Thank you very much.